Hello, everybody. How are you? Latin 3, ninth grade. Let's take a look at stage 30, okay? We are looking at the model sentences. Now, the model sentences are pretty short. It's only the one page, two pictures. Usually we got two or three pages, six pictures, something like that. But the grammar point here, I think you're going to like. I think it's even easier than last stages, although it's kind of a related item, and I think you'll see it pretty quickly here as we go through the pictures. Okay, so if we're looking at our first picture, we've got Hetarius here, right? He's looking pretty pleased, right? And we can imagine why, right? Because he finished the arch. And if we think about our story that we read on our test, well, this is pretty much, I mean, probably the next day, because notice he says, "Oh, quam felix sum." Now that makes sense, right? Felix. All right. What does felix mean? We kind of already talked about it, right? It means happy. So heri arcus meus ab imperatore dedicatus est. Okay, so heri is a really important verb or word here. So we know cross. Cross means tomorrow. Hodie, down here in that third thing that he says, is today. Harry is yesterday. All right. So now, if Harry is yesterday, let's reread that sentence. Harry arcus meus ab imperatore dedicatus est. Okay. Now, what does dedicatus est mean then? All right. So hopefully we figured out that this is a past tense verb, right? Despite the est, it's past tense, and so the Harry will recommend that. And the same thing in the next one, right? Harry premium ingens premium, and premium, hopefully you remember, is a reward. And ingens premium mihi a salvio promissum est. All right. Now I want you to translate this whole sentence here. Okay. And again, Harry yesterday. Premium, remember, is a reward. So let's see how you do translating this whole second thing that he says here. All right. So yesterday, a huge reward, promissum est. So again, even though we have this est here, the two words together, it's a past tense there. A salvio, by Salvius. And then hodie premium expecto, right? Today, I'm expecting my reward. So let's look at the second picture. Oh, how things turned. Poor Hetarius. He's no longer Felix. He's Anxious. Do we even need to translate this? He says, "Ugh, Anxious sum. What do I do?" Arcus meus nuper. Remember, nuper means recently. Ab imperatore laudatus est. Okay, so translate laudatus est. Arcus meus nuper ab imperatore laudatus est. Good old laudo laudare, to praise. So recently my arch laudatus est by the emperor. Nullum tamen premium. Oh, remember, he was supposed to get this premium ingens, right? Well, nullum tamen premium ad hoc mihi a salvio missum est. All right, then there's a couple of vocabulary words here from your checklist that you did a GimKit on. So I want you to translate this sentence, the full thing here. All right. So, he still hasn't gotten his reward. And now, again, he's looking at Salvius to fix this thing. And now he's asking himself a question. Remember, Noom expects a no answer. So translate that sentence here, but translate in a way that expects a no answer. And remember, deceptus sum, just like laudatus est and promissum est and dedicatus est, that's actually past tense. So translate this question right now. All right, now he at least, he's a pretty trusting guy. So he says, you know what, Minime, he's a weir probus. He's a weird probus. Now, again, probus is an important word here, and that was on your vocab checklist. So tell me what probus means now. Okay, all right. So we've got an idea of what's going on here. It's after the arch was dedicated, after Hetarius and his workers worked so hard to get this thing up in the air. And Hetarius is empty-handed. So this is what this stage is about. What's going to happen here when he goes to Salvius and says, hey, what about my reward? What about my payment? We'll have to see what happens. Bye, everybody.